Welcome everybody back. Episode 2 of 3 this evening. We're looking at Friday's fight now. It's been rescheduled 2 times. The opponent's changed, but Naoya Inoue is back. The undisputed super bantamweight world champion. He's now facing Joon Kim. It was Sam Goodman twice. Now, unfortunately, he's been ruled out. Whether they revisit that, I'm not too sure. Now, I've heard Alan Picasso's name mentioned for April in the United States next for Inoue. So Goodman may have missed his chance, but Inoue deciding to fight on, thankfully, so we still get to see one of the greatest fighters on the planet today compete. Again, I don't know too much about Joon Kim. Looking into his record, okay, he's never been stopped. He can punch a little bit, but has he really fought anybody at this kind of level? I would suggest not. Is this going to be a complete obliteration? Nothing to me tells me that it isn't going to be. Boys, I'll throw the floor to you. I'm just going to go off straight away. I don't see how this gets out of the fourth round. I really don't. I just think there's going to be a difference in levels. A fair play to Joon Kim, though. His nickname is a cross between Pacquiao and Mayweather, so do rate him for that. He thinks of himself. His alias on BoxRec is Troublemaker / Pacquiao. So obviously he's paying homage to Manny and Floyd there. So he thinks of himself in a very high regard. So you've got to give him, credit for that. If he wants to go and take on Inoue with that mentality, you just don't know. But Inoue in 3 for me, boys. I think he just destroys him.
I think Macman would have been a better one, but
Yeah, Macman. Yeah. Look, the first things first. The first thing to say before I get a little bit more negative is getting Inoue could be fighting quite literally anyone, and I would still be excited for his fight week. That's the level we're talking about with Inoue. It doesn't matter that the opponent is substandard and disappointing. I'm still really excited to see him back in the ring again on Friday night. And I think that Friday morning, rather, I think that appetite is whetted more because we missed out on him on Christmas Eve. I think that's added to it. I mean, gutted for Sam Goodman, but I'm sure you boys have seen the photo with the cut he's got above his eye. That is nasty.
He's just having no luck, Goodman, at all.
No. Yeah, and the fact that the IBF have reinstated his mandatory position off the back of that cut and said they're going to ensure he stays as the mandatory and he won't lose out on the opportunity by all accounts. I mean, we know what the IBF are like.
That's the first for them because normally that you sneeze in the wrong direction and the strict.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
you lose your mandatory position.
I agree, Lucas.
It will be interesting to see what they do. But in terms of Kim, similar energy to Manny Moicano in the UFC at the weekend. He's stepping into an opportunity that no one gives him a hope or a prayer for, but he's got the cojones to go in there and do it. The reality is similar to Makhachev on Saturday night. Inoue is pound for pound, okay, maybe not as clear-cut number one, but he's in that top 3. And there's massive levels between what he can do and what Kim can do. You've gone round 3, haven't you, Sam?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if like what Lucas said, it could even go before that.
Mate, I'm gonna go first round. I think he's gonna absolutely overwhelm him, absolutely swarm him, and get it done early. Inoue isn't gonna play with his food. He's probably. I mean, we don't know because he doesn't speak much English, but I would imagine his 2 performances last year, which were Lewis Neary and TJ Dehenny, he wasn't overly happy with because he got dropped by Neary and went to the 7th round. And Dehenny, at least for the first 3 rounds, it took him a while to figure out the picture.
Dehenny was doing okay, yeah.
He needs to show on Friday night that a last-minute opponent is nothing for him. He can still progress. He's still one of the best fighters in the world. So I think we're going to see a spiteful monster, and he'll get it done in the first.
You're
right. I was just like a comparison in terms of last-minute step in and the level to step up. I mean, Kim is... the IBF doing IBF things, shoehorning him into a mandatory position, but at least we still get a fight. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the only positive, isn't it? We still get to see Inoue. And I do agree with Lucas' comment here. Boxing is a little bit different to the UFC, isn't it? You don't see top-ranked guys in boxing step in on fight week and stuff like that. It's very rare. I think Ruiz did it with Joshua, didn't he? Quite short notice when he beat him. But it is rare. Go on, Jay.
It was 31 hours actually, Luca, but who's been picked? Right, well, I'm giving Kim a shot. I'm giving him a shot. No, I'm not saying he's going to win. I said I'm giving him a shot. I think he'll cause him a little bit of trouble for the first 2 or 3 rounds. He does it particularly, he hits pretty hard. I've watched 4 of his fights over the weekend just to familiarise myself with him because I didn't know he was. I'm not going to bullshit. I didn't have a clue who he was. Never heard of the kid.
Anyone who says they did is a complete
the lying.
Seen all his fights, mate, all of them.
Yeah, I were going to give it the old. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Been following him since the amateurs.
Me and old Kim. But no, look, he does it pretty hard, and he's got an unorthodox style. So I think it's going to take a couple, 2 or 3 rounds for Inoue to find his rhythm, because he's a rhythmic fighter, and he gets into his rhythm and then he's in and out in bursts. Then he puts it on them, sees if they can go with him, and if they can't, he gets them out of there. So I'm giving him a shot. That's why I ain't got a mortgage, Luca.
Oh dear.
Thank you, Andy Ruiz. And there's a couple more that contributed, Crawler and Belly.
Daniel Dubois.
No, mate, paid off long before that. He paid for my car. No, in all seriousness, I give him a chance of getting rounds. Obviously, not the win. I see it going a little bit longer than most. I think we're going to get to round 6 or 7. I think he's going to be awkward for 3 or 4 rounds. Then I think he's going to go all out, and I think then he's going to lose his gas at about 6 or 7, and I think that's when Inoue, because it's going to take all he's got to survive. Inoue will be in first or second gear. I think then when he ramps up the gears after the 6th or 7th round, I think we'll then see either a corner pull out or a referee stoppage. So I'm going for between rounds 7 and 8 for Inoue.
Cool. Lucas comment here made me laugh a minute ago. I bet Simon Jordan knew who he was. Oh dear. Jay's fight talk, mortgage free.
I'm joking, by the way.
No, of course.
An excessive gambler. Please believe me, I've got a mortgage.
He just loves an underdog, but when you pick him every week, Luca, you're going to get a few, right?
That's what I mean.
Like a broken clock.
Like conversion rate of 1 in every 500 is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it there for Inoue versus Kim. Then me and Liam have gone early. Jay's fight talk has gone a little bit later on in the fight, but none of us predicting any dramas. Should be Alan Picasso in April next then for the monster. But like Liam alluded to, always good to see him out regardless of who it's against. I'll be there watching it. The card itself I don't think is as good as the Dehenny card was. However, it's midday boxing here in the UK. So we'll be there. We'll watch it. We'll do the watch along. Diego Pacheco versus Stephen Nelson is the next one. Thanks for